Hey, Catherine. Look like I can't see you. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's just white. We need to try to do something. I'm gonna exit out. Mm, I don't see you either. Oh wait, no. All right, all right. Well, we're gonna be on in 30 seconds. Keith has said that he's on today, but I don't think so. This not the fourth. This not the fourth Saturday.
I don't know. I gotta see.
Okay, we cool. Hi. Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony. And yes, I look like a present. I am all wrapped up for a great Saturday. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony, and our co host, oh, with the most, Pastor Cat. We know her, of course, as Pastor Catherine Nicole the Reeds.
I'm in the building.
And we are so glad to have another weekend edition with all of you. We are celebrating. Look, I know that it's been a hard week. If yours has been anything like mine, I needed something to celebrate, and I was determined to have something to celebrate for. Now, let me tell you something.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Thank God for another day, another chance. Able to take my own breath without a machine. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just thankful.
Thankful.
I'm so thankful. Uh, but like most people, I gotta report the stuff that wasn't so great. Because I
Yeah.
don't want you to think, now let me tell you something. I don't want you to think, oh, there is Sister Anthony. She don't never have a care in the world. Listen,
Okay.
oh, I was in the local dollar store.
Local dollar store.
Hey.
No, I'm just repeating what you saying.
All kind of stuff there. I love it. I love just about every one of them, every kind. But anyway, in this particular one, as I was checking out, and I had seen this lady, because I know just about every shift. But
That's pretty bad.
she
You know.
said, I said something, I don't know, about change or something didn't have nothing to do with nothing. You know, I'm always talking.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "That's right, Miss Anthony." And I looked, I was like,
Okay, we know each other.
I was frozen the entire time. And she said, yeah, I listened to your show. And I say, from listening from my show, you can recognize me behind a mask, hair tied up, in glasses. She say, "Yes, ma'am." So I said this to her. I am so glad I wasn't out here clowning. She just laughed. You know, because I come in there like, where are all the baskets? Look, we need to put a sign on here that there's going to be a fine for no, if you take the basket out the parking lot. That's unnecessary. Anyway, you're listening to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony. And of course, oh my goodness, our co-host, Pastor Cat, is getting in her swig of hot beverage, which I recommend we all do. I haven't even, I don't even know if I pushed the button. That's all you got to do now.
Well, it's kind of on the lukewarm side. You know,
Okay.
I heated it with anticipation of drinking it immediately, but I decided to work on my face and it
Oh,
got cold. So,
you look adorable.
well, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So
And
you had a fan or a avid listener of the show checking
had to
you
be,
out.
huh? I guess so, because she recognized me behind a mask in glasses with my hair tied up.
Well, I
And
mean, you wear glasses, you don't wear
with
contacts,
a mask
and you wear your hair wrapped up.
all the time.
So
In fact, I'm thinking of doing some videos on how to do your rap. Yeah, that's how I learned.
okay, I'm not a whatever makes you happy.
Listen, one of the things that makes me happy is the fact that we're going to have special guest Keith Lewis, our money man, on the line
Money,
this
money,
morning.
money, money. Some
Oh,
people
that was sounding
got to
good.
have it. Hey, let me stop. I'm just
I
saying.
forgot you could sing.
Okay,
That's it.
you did.
Look, most of
Really?
the time people just making noise when they sing that, but you had harmony going with yourself.
My own harmony. I was harmonizing with myself. Let me stop. No, but I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, I love being on when Brother Keith is on because he always has something. And look, Brother Keith, pin me to the fire. I need to schedule an appointment. Okay. I need to put me in the books. Just as long as it's after hours.
He don't know what that put me in the books means.
He do. He old enough to know. Now, come on now.
But that's a hairdresser term, isn't it?
No, that's business. Put me on your books.
Oh, all right.
That's business. He look, watch it when he come on. He be like, I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna pencil you in because I don't know. I might have to use the eraser.
Oh,
no, you put it in ink. Put it in ink. I'll be there. Especially since it's Zoom.
Amen. And guess what?
What'd you say?
Reverend Ivory D. Payne is on the mark over there at www.247praiseradio.com, broadcasting all over the world. Award-winning internet radio station. And let's report there were 5 million of his listeners tune in to Let's Talk. I give you all the love. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of the family. Yeah. God bless you. And if you have not yet downloaded the app, you need to go directly to www dot the numbers 24/7 and the words praiseradio.com.
So
Girl,
it's in the App Store.
it's in your favorite app store.
Oh,
Free. Let
and
me say it again.
say it again.
Free. You got a song.
No, the app. What's the app called?
24 www.24 the numbers
Mm-hmm.
7 the number
Okay.
of completion.
Oh,
Praise praise radio radio.
oh, you got to remember the radio. Okay, okay.
Oh, you was too fast.
Well, you know.
I know you
We
you
don't
be
listen to
stuck
the
like my
end.
grandmother used to say, step and fetch it. I know it might not be a great reference, but they did used to say it. What'd you say, Pastor?
Oh, bro, keep putting in his shout out. The app is called 24/7 Praise Radio. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to do it live.
No .com. I'm sorry. God is good.
Yes.
He is worthy to be praised. And let me tell you, as we look around the world, it's so much happening. So much that we sometimes can, just wonder, that it just half of it don't make sense and the other half is just that darn tragic. Yeah. So, we gotta look. What's the phrase about? It means sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself.
Donna Lawrence.
I'm sure 24/7 praiseradio.com will be playing that.
Encourage
so
yourself.
That's the name of the song.
Encourage yourself.
Encourage yourself. Mm-hmm. And in these times, sometimes you got to just encourage yourself. And guess what? In your whole circle, you might be the only one that is encouraged.
You may be the encourager. People always say, during the pandemic, there were a lot of people saying, check on your tough friend, the friend that seemed like they don't need anybody. Because they're the one that nobody is really checking on, because they're the one that initiates the checking on. So the person that's always, they call you all the time. Oh, they the ones that's gonna text you all the time. Well, just flip that. Won't you check on them? Won't you give them an encouraging word and shock they socks off, like the old people say?
Yeah. Now you know what, Pastor, that was a divine revelation you just made. Because I think I just finished saying that off air, that one of our how the young people say it, ride or dies, said that she's not gonna be available.
Yeah.
And I have a male neighbor to the church that I go to. Mm-hmm. That check on you all the time, check on me, check on the church, and he just said, well, he's got to have some, he's been down kind of sick, and that he's going to have some surgery. So we not the only ones going through. You ain't the only one. You might feel like the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
But you not
he beat me to it.
One, huh?
Reverend Payne. He put the song in the feed. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Oh, he did, DJ. Who's got the fastest fingers? You guys are phenomenal.
Oh goodness! Thank you, Reverend Payne.
What a team! What a team! Well, I guess we better touch on just a couple of things in the news if we must, that we need to keep lifted up in prayer, and that is, Afghanistan. As the Taliban is flexing its muscles there in this part of the world. And when I say this part of the world, right now, we're talking about a country. But Minister Faith reminded me that we nurture a ministry that's right next door.
Yeah, I was
We
wondering how they were
say
doing.
we say, oh well, um, we're gonna everything's all right, but for our the people that we know, they lie in the pathway of from day to day, not knowing what the political situation is. So we cannot just figure, oh, the governments are going to come up with some wise solution that will withstand the test of time. Now I'm not trying to say nothing but this, that the praying party must become engaged. We can't sit on the sideline and act like we don't see not only what is happening, but what is trying to happen. And we realize beyond any shadow of a doubt that we serve the one true and living God. And we got to call upon him as our civilizations almost crumble before our very eyes. That things that are in the natural that we have come to depend on, that we feel will always be there because are fallible. We gotta, act like we don't know what, because these are eternal battles. And we got to know what to do, what to say, when to do it. And thank God for I'm almost calling him pastor, for Keith Lewis, who's trying to show us how not to waste some of our resources.
Yeah.
And I'm not preaching, but I'm just being real. This is not the time to have all of your resources tied up in your shoes.
Well, I don't. My shoes
I'm
work at work.
not look. If I'm
No,
not talking
I'm just
about you
making a
here,
joke. I'm just trying to lighten up the
oh,
mood a
excuse
little
me,
bit.
I
But
done gone too far.
I will jump in and say this. It is very important because I mean, whenever I can find an opportunity to slide this in, I am. It is very important for us to continue to remember at the very beginning of the pandemic, I said it and I'll continue to say it until I see the change. We, the Christian community, have to remember to be good neighbors. You know,
Yes,
we all saw the news. Everybody has an opinion about what should have done, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Oh, it's been 20 years, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you mentioned earlier, Sister Stephanie, about encourage yourself. Sometimes we do have to encourage ourselves. We complain, we whine, we don't want to wear. We got the most ridiculous things here in the U.S. that we are consumed with. When all you have to do is turn the news on and see what real struggle is about, what real
yes,
pain is about, what real suffering is about. These people are so scared for their lives that they were willing to get on a plane to chase a plane down, hang on from the outside. And what was so sad and so heartbreaking is to see people falling from this. This is not a movie. people falling from the sky because they couldn't hang on to the outside of a plane because they were willing to do that to get away. They were showing yesterday people they knew they just they knew that everybody there was like crabs in a barrel when they were trying to climb on the wall. Somebody snatched them down because they wanted to get over the wall. The only people that they wouldn't snatch down is when they reach a baby. They're reaching their children. If they couldn't get away, they wanted their children to have the opportunity to get away. We have to continue to pray. We have to continue to stop turning a blind eye. Be very clear about what information you're receiving, and really, really, really paying attention to, because there is a lot of false information out there. But on the other hand, I'm just giving you your kudos. It is very important that we continue to pray for these people. And in those moments when we have frustration, in those moments when we want to be upset about something that can so easily be fixed, we need to consider what these people are dealing with and how can we be helpful. If you like, I don't have no money. Well, you do have a voice, right? You can pray, right? You can fast, right? You can miss a couple of meals. We all could. You know what I'm saying? So figure out what it is that you can do and do that, because we're seeing, like it was so interesting. I'm always quoting different songs, and there's a song that's by a quartet group called Noah, and in the song it says God told Noah, he told him to build an ark, and it says the dimensions of the ark. And he said, and then near the end of the song, it says that God's not gonna destroy the earth by water; it'll be fire next time. And I was like, we have to be aware that we've been seeing our grandparents, great grandparents have been saying for years, we in the last days. Well, I can truly feel like looking at the wood and looking at what's happening out here, we're in the last days. And it's important that we get our spiritual houses in order on top of our physical houses in order to be able to be found favorable and make it into the kingdom. So, Sister Stephanie, you said a mouthful when you said all of that. I heard all of that when you said what you said. So it's very important that we continue to be good neighbors, that we continue to be concerned about our brothers. And that's a part of it. Being a good neighbor means that you're concerned about everything around you, not just your little bubble.
There you go. Amen, amen. Now listen, I cannot go further without, just reminding folks that on August the 29th, that's Sunday, August the 29th at 3:30 locally in Baton Rouge, Central Time, we will be having the Choose Life outdoor activity with community kids outreach. And we will be doing all of our COVID-19 protocol. This program will be uplifting as well as informative. And we invite you not only to come out, but to spread the word. Now, we want to always be informed and have the right conversation going. So I know that Pastor Cat is always trying to follow that COVID news. In fact, she was telling me yesterday, look, the governor gonna be talking. And God is good, because we got some folk that will talk to us, and try to keep us informed in some way, realizing the audience that they talking to, So what's going on COVID wise?
Well, I gave you I told you yesterday about the governor speaking at 1:30, and then I had a meeting that happened at that time, so I did not get a chance to hear it. But I will say this: the numbers did go down just a little, not enough for anybody to brag about, not enough for them to revisit anything that has been set in place with masks, with uh, we still, like I tell Sister Stephanie, even though I haven't been on, we have been communicating, and I have been telling her we have been making national news every day. National news. They go from Baton Rouge General to Blue Bonnet to Baton Rouge General Mid City, Baton Rouge General Blue Bonnet, Lady of the Lake Hospital to Ochsner Hospital, to the hospitals in New Orleans. They've been to the hospitals in Shreveport. I'm religiously watching the news at 5, 6, and 7. And at 7 o'clock for national news, there is a correspondent there reporting on how few hospital beds we have. They're counting down. It's like they have a dropper saying that, there's no more beds here. And they have added more ICU units here. And there are people that are in the emergency room waiting on beds because they don't have enough staff, because the staff is sick or the staff is drained. They just work too many hours. So it's very important that we know that this is not over. And it's very
say it again, Pastor.
COVID is not over. No. And it's very important to understand and know the facts. Facts. Science. Doctor given. Facts. That's it. Everything else is hearsay. Everything else, that's like me calling myself an expert and standing on a platform and talking about something that I have let me tell you something.
What?
If the person you're getting your information from does not know how to properly pronounce the real name of COVID, you shouldn't be getting advice from them. Okay? Because the real name is not just COVID. I was listening to a reporter yesterday interview one of the lead scientists on the team for COVID. And he kept saying the real name. And I was like, what is he talking about? And finally, thank you, Jesus. I must have been hard on the screen. The person that was doing the interview said, for those that may not understand what he is saying the full term, the full name of COVID-19.
Not the nickname.
No. And he cleared up the interview. And he said, well, actually, COVID-19 is one of the variants. Where we are now is the Delta variant, which is, he said, this full long, blah, 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 COVID. And I was like, now, he know what he talking about. When he say the full name, he ain't saying the nickname, which we all say. He said the full name, the government name.
Yeah. I was
so
going
your
to
person
say that, but
that is giving you advice on this disease is not well versed. And I mean, this is what they do for a living, not on the side, not just on Saturdays. This is what they do 9 to 5.
They removing tonsils.
Let me be very, very, very clear. They do this from 9 to 5, Monday through Sunday. No days off. The governor got their number. Don't talk to them if they ain't want to any of the check the list. They this ain't part-time work. They do this all day, every day. They own the governor's team. They, the governors and presidents, and they got a team of doctors. See, you got to pay attention. These leaders, these government leaders have teams of people that they listen to. They don't listen to just one person. One person ain't just tickling in their ear giving them information. It's a team of them. They're going to make sure, look, when you come to me, make sure all y'all agree, because I'm about to stand out here and tell these people they got to wear masks, and I want to be able to answer all their questions. Why have I got this shot? I got to wear the mask. Well, because. So anyway, I'm going to be quiet.
Oh no,
But I'm
you
going to. What's very important is that we understand that this is serious. People are
yeah.
still dying, and because, and these are the words of Catherine, not the words of Let's Talk, but the fact of the fact of the fact is this, and it has been backed by what scientists and doctors have said. I don't totally agree with them saying that the Delta virus is a virus of the unvaccinated. That's a harsh thing to say. Okay. But I do agree on this,
Huh.
that if we all had done our part, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this variant, which means mutation.
Yes.
If everybody would have done their part, then we would not be here. But because everyone has not done their part, we are here. And guess what? We will continue to be in worse places because people are refusing to do their part. You cannot be a person that has, for whatever reason it is, and it probably is a great reason to you. I'm not going to dispute it. You cannot be a person that is unvaccinated and act as a vaccinated person. You can't. You can't. Continue to be good neighbors. Continue to protect yourself. And in protecting yourself, you're protecting others. And be smart. Get your advice from people that are knowledgeable in this area, meaning this is what they went to school for. They studied for more than 4 years. They actually know what they're talking about. They eat, sleep, and breathe what we only see in passing on the news. It is very important for us to stop acting like we're not aware that this is something that should be very important to us at this time. Be blessed. I hope that I didn't chew your ears off, but I hope I fed you something that will help the future. Because at this point, we're predicting what the future is. And until we have that real conversation and say, you know what, the problem is us. The problem is us. The problem is us. Until we take responsibility, nothing will get better. We have to stop blaming everybody else and the make believe things that we have heard and start taking more accountability for what we can do to make the change. Well, Sister Stephanie must have stepped away to get some coffee, but I know I am super excited about Brother Keith coming on to give us those words of wisdom on how to be smart about our finances. I know that the federal government has, if you with taxes, I don't know because I don't have kids, but I know that there is an incentive for parents, and so there's some extra money that is coming. And I know Brother Keith will be able to give us some advice, those parents that are receiving those funds, on how to invest it, how to prepare your children for a future that's debt free. So I'm excited to hear from him and see what he has to share. And I know he's going to have slides and all kind of other wonderful things in order for us to get a clear understanding, so we won't walk away and be like, what was he talking about? What did he mean? So anyway.
Well, you know, and I really want folks to pray with us on this, Pastor Cat. While you were speaking, you know, Brother Keith is chock full of information, and I'm still sifting through the attachments that he sent me, plus trying to find his, you know, file photo and all of that. So I am looking for a tech volunteer for the Let's Talk show. That would be such a blessing. You know, I know, Pastor Cat, you might not know this, but Reverend Ivory D. Payne, you know, I was talking about how you guys just mesh so beautifully. And he was like, well, he can't even really type, he tried.
Oh yeah, I saw you said that. I
uh,
thought it was a little, like yeah, I beat you and I can't really type. Oh really? You can go rub it in, put salt in the wound. Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
this is what we're gonna go on and give uh Brother Keith a call by phone. Yeah, I'm throwing shade. And have
Then
him.
he gonna say two fingers.
Who?
Meaning he
What's the two fingers for? Oh, that's what
somehow
he
he
typed
can't
with.
type. Yeah.
No, two fingers.
I do not believe you, sir.
I kind of doubt that too. Those are the fastest two fingers in the world.
Exactly.
You know who used to be able to type with two fingers so good? My daddy.
No.
Cleveland Ashton. He could type with two fingers. And let me tell you something that I never could understand about my daddy. Wednesday was his pay bills day, and he would write out his checks and type on the envelope the return address. And he packed
I'm
so
laughing at
hard, so long on the typewriter that he wore it out. Now, my mom had bought an electric typewriter, which he soon, increased his skills to, and typed out on that electric typewriter his bills on Wednesday till he went home to be with the Lord. You know what I mean? I would always be like, I was so grudging in paying bills, that I didn't think it was fair that I had to pay the postage, to send off to pay them. I certainly was not going to make sure that I had everything neat and in order, for them to get their money. But anyway, that's the last person I remember um, typing with two fingers. That was a long time ago. Hello, good morning, Brother
Good
Keith.
morning. Good morning. I've been sitting here enjoying the show. So
Oh,
good morning. Good morning. Y'all had a lot of stuff to talk about.
yeah.
We are at a pivotal time in history with so much going on. So I want y'all both to stay safe, stay blessed. For everyone's out there as well.
Amen. Amen. Listen, we are, in the midst of a good time during not so good times, during serious times.
Right.
And one thing that we know we have to really start to take seriously is our financing.
Right.
And it's so sad because there is a lot going on. There's been a lot of stressors to people's people's lives, and there's been a lot of stressors to people's financing.
Right. Well, the thing is, this particular time, y'all been really talking. We all must have been in the same spirit, because my topic really was talking about get yourself prepared with your life insurance and get that checked in order. Because, with COVID on the rise and with basically all these different things going on, we got to make sure that the family and the community have their life insurance in place. I did some statistics research, and it shows a census showing that the U.S. Census Bureau was showing that in 2020, 54% of the population had life insurance. The other did not. So that means that almost 40-something% of the U.S. population do not have life insurance. Now, that's a problem. That is a real issue, especially with the COVID-19 and all of the other variants going on and all this other stuff that's going on. Now, another thing I want to stress today, a lot of statistical data. Out of that, 41% of adult women don't have life insurance.
Say that again.
41% of the American adult women do not have life insurance.
Wonder why.
I don't know if it's lack of
That's
education. It could be
gotta be lack of money,
lack
huh?
of knowledge, lack of management. But that is a major statistical issue for our community and the world in the United States, that 41% of adult women don't have life insurance. Now, we got to keep stressing the fact that we have to get our management skills in order,
Yeah.
That's just not acceptable. So what I wanted to do today was take a minute and go over some myths about life insurance that I have kind of researched. And the first one is that the first myth is that people believe that life insurance is only for the healthy and the young and middle-aged adults. Well, that's not true. There are many life insurance policies that will allow you to get insurance even if your health is not the best. Yes, you'll pay more premiums, but you'll actually be able to have coverage. The other thing I want to stress about that is that there are a lot of policies that allow older adults to get life insurance in their senior years, and that we can address that and help them with that as well. So that's one of the myths I wanted to let people know there is help out here, and we're able to help them. All they have to do is give us a call. The second one is, it says that I'm single or married with no children. Well, a lot of the single people who don't have kids or children or married with no children especially need life insurance. The reason why is life insurance, permanent life insurance, let me specify this, permanent life insurance can help you pay off debts, like a student loan for one. You can build a cash value inside of a policy that at some point in time, if you fund it properly, will grow to be where you could actually take the money out and pay off a student loan. There are also ways where you can take the cash value of a permanent plan and pay off a mortgage. Also, where you can send a child to college and don't have to get all these different type of loans and things, so that you can actually fund your own banking system using a cash value life insurance policy. So there's a lot of misunderstood. And I want to clarify, if I have, you can ask some questions. Okay. I want to clarify the difference between a term insurance and permanent insurance, because that is the two paramounts out there. The company selling term insurance telling you don't buy a permanent plan. Permanent plan telling you don't buy term insurance. Okay. Yeah. So I want to tell the audience that to understand the two differences. Okay, and the variables of that.
I think that would be a good idea, because that is kind of confusing. And sometimes at different ages, that's what you run into. They be like, that was the old way. So tell us a little, define that for us a little bit.
Well, let's talk about, we're going to break them down into like different sectors. First of all, term insurance is typically the less expensive plan, but it lasts just for a set number of years. In other words, it may be less expensive, but it only lasts for either 10, 15, 20, or 30 years. And after Pastor Cat says she can't hear me.
Uh-oh, let me see. Sorry. That would be terrible. You got to keep talking then. You can't just stop. You got to tap dance now, brother.
The permanent life insurance policy would okay, we're back. The permanent life insurance policy would be the plan that we build. We build what's known as a index universal life plan. Now, let me just take a minute with that. That index universal life plan allows a person from the age of 14 days old or as old as 65 to have a built-in cash accumulated type plan that can be used for several different things. Most of my clients use it to assist with their supplementing their retirement. Some of them use them as business cash plans because it builds the cash value up, and if they need to pull money out to help the business, they can pull money out the policy for that purposes. Some of my clients, I have a lot of clients that are going out in the field with COVID-19. They're nurses. They call them traveling nurses.
Yes.
And they are buying $1 million worth of life insurance from me using a cash value permanent policy because two reasons why. One, it is helping them to establish their own retirement plan because most of those individuals do not have a retirement. So it builds a sizable cash account inside of it that they can take out tax-free later on in life.
What? Say that again. Wait, repeat.
All right, let me slow it down.
Yes.
The Index Universal Life Policy builds a cash value inside of it. If we fund the policy correctly, in other words, if we put enough money in the monthly premium, we can actually make the policy end up being a retirement plan whereby the person could take the money out in the form of a loan, because the federal government says that's one of the loopholes that still allow you to get cash-free money, tax-free money by a form of a loan, and use that money to live off of during your retirement. Now, it does reduce down the death benefit, so that's why we bring the death benefit up. Now, to give you an example, you would think that $1 million costs a whole lot of money, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
But that $1 million plan for someone around the age of 30 was no more than just about $200 a month. $1 million life insurance policy. So most of the time when people are paying for term insurance, they actually could have a perfectly good permanent plan in place. I left my information out on the messenger there, but they could reach me at 225-200-0558. That's my cell phone number. They could text me or call, and I could discuss with them how to develop a plan for them as well if they're interested. So I just wanted to, come back on today and get a little bit more serious about the need of protecting our family. And here's another good thing too, Stephanie, is that it allows the individual to have a savings plan built in because so many people mismanage their money.
Say it again.
See, it allows people to have a built-in savings plan because so many people mismanage their money in terms of budgeting. They don't. Budget.
I don't know who you talking about.
I'm just saying, now I'll give you an example. They budget the cable bill, they budget them expensive cell phones, but they don't budget a way to save money for a future time. And a life insurance plan can help you do that because it's done very simply by bank drafts, the monthly premiums.
Well, you got to have the money in there.
Well, the money comes because of the index product. Take, for example, let's say you had...
Wait, what's an index product? What?
Okay. An index is a formula that allows you to invest money into a strategy where it averages out a certain amount of profits and losses. And I can do a whole Next month, I'll do a whole teaching on the index and how it works. Okay?
But will I understand it?
Yes, you will.
All right now.
I will have slides that you can put up.
Oh no, not slides.
No, it's just one. It'll be just one, and a person can understand it if I just explain to them from all of you viewers and all you people that may be on listening by listening from a device. They'll be able to understand. It's not hard.
Oh, all right now.
I do want to say this. To say this now. Going back to Pastor Cat, I do want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to take a hard look at the cryptocurrency thing that's going on with cryptocurrency, y'all. There are millionaires becoming millionaires, y'all. I'm serious now. And they're not using a whole lot of money. All right? We gotta start addressing some of these real issues when it comes to finances, because there's so much going over our head.
Yeah, we're not even in on the conversation.
Yeah, there's so much going over our head. You could take $100 right now, if you were to place it in a particular cryptocurrency, that would have made you a multi-millionaire last year. Just $100.
Darn it!
Now that's knowledge.
That's what some women do on their hair and nails in a weekend.
I know that is knowledge that we are letting go over our heads. Seriously. So I just wanted to come on today and just say, ask your listeners to get their budget. Ask them to take a hard look at their life insurance, because when it's too late, it's too late. While we still have an opportunity to do something, let's do it. But there's so many people that are dying out here that don't have it.
Yeah.
And so today's a little bit more serious. I want to drive home the importance of just getting your audience to take a harder look at their life insurance. And if they don't have it, let's work something out to make sure they do. And if they do have it, let's look at it to see if they have a plan that's really working for them. Or did somebody just come in and sell them a cheap term policy or an overexpensive whole life policy that's really not going to do anything for them. So that's why I come in and try to really help the clients get a real plan in place. So I will leave it at there. I want to thank y'all. If there are any questions, I'm willing to stay on a minute here and answer them. If not, I do appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, you are a treasure trove of information. And Pastor Cat's always singing your praises.
Hey,
she might have a question. Hold your nickels.
Okay.
Now, do you have a question, Pastor Cat? If you don't, I do.
Oh, I was gonna say, I sing his praises because money is important to me. I'm not a fan of not having the dollars. Okay, and I'm my husband. We have insurance. We're probably really overinsured, but if he closes his eyes, I'm gonna be all right. And I think that wives, seriously, don't come knocking and asking for $1. I'm over here chilling. But I think that most couples need to have that conversation. And because especially if your husband is the breadwinner. You just made a remark about mothers. If you're a single mother and you have your mother means you have kids, you're the only one. They're relying on you. You got to have some insurance. Bro, I just gave the pause.
You can't never be overinsured. Okay, I want you to know. So you want to be able to take care of the needs and the lifestyle that you have. And so that's what that insurance is for. So, but those that need to take a hard look are the people that's been having insurance for a while. It may be policies that are so old to where they need to be readjusted for because of cost of living and because of what things have gone up. Your new people, like the new couples who just recently got married that didn't have insurance because their mama had it on them or their daddy had it on them, and now they married and they still walking around with mom and daddy having life insurance, so when they supposed to have their own insurance, okay? So those type of clients. Then you have your seniors who are looking for a way to just pay off expenses. We have final expense plans for that particular group, and then you have your professionals and your everyday husband and wife, mom and pop, that are looking for a way to protect their family and also build a cash savings. So we can really serve all three sectors. They just have to. I'll call, give me a call. We'll do a free analysis for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, amen. Now, my question had to do with this Bitcoin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, because I really want to grasp how I want to understand this. You know,
Okay.
so can you just give us, and I know we may be a little so over time, so if you give us a Reader's Digest version of what...
I'm gonna give you the footnotes.
All right.
All right.
Cryptocurrency is a digital currency. It's a digital form of money.
And what that mean?
That means that it's not cash. It is strictly done through transactions
On your phone or on your computer.
Yeah, it's electronic.
You don't never hold it in your hands.
Right. You never hold it in your hand. It's strictly a program of value. Okay?
In the sky.
And on a blockchain ledger that is in the millions of blockchain computers that store the ledger of value of what your account holds in cryptocurrency. Now that's about the simplest way to explain it. It is
schedule your appointment.
As if gold, you know the value of gold, right?
Yes.
But you don't hold the gold, do you?
No.
And you don't even know what a gold is, do you?
No.
But the dollar is based on the value of gold.
Oh, but they gave us something to hold on to.
Yeah, but that dollar is almost worthless today.
Oh my goodness! Is this biblical?
Well, I mean, it may or may not be.
Oh,
but I will tell you this: real quickly, I'm gonna stop right here. In 1970 something, when President Nixon took the U.S. dollar off the gold standard, and was backing it, that made the dollar lose value. Today, the dollar is now look that $1 that's in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's only worth about 40 cents. That $1 that you have in your back pocket or in your purse or in your bank is only worth about 40 cents.
Wow.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That got me speechless.
Now, here's the thing. The way you realize it is when you go to Walmart and try to buy groceries. You'll find out that what you could buy, $100 could have bought, just a year ago, it will not buy the same amount today.
That's what they're talking about when they talk about inflation.
That is inflation.
Okay.
Now, that's inflation. So what we got to do is start understanding that the world is leaving the U.S. dollar and going to what they call fiat currency, leaving the fiat currency and going to cryptocurrency. Yeah. Okay, now cryptocurrency is so new. It's only about 11 years old. Yeah. So that means, So if we get on top of this now, we could actually be quite well off if we know what we're doing, but we got to start somewhere. And we'll have we can do a course, a meeting on that or a show on that. How to get started and everything.
I really, really, really am interested in this. And I'm interested in a way that I want to understand it.
Okay.
And I have a ministry that we try to support and outside of the country. Now, we know that for years the dollar was, really, really, really strong everywhere. That's why people want to come to America and make dollars, because they're able to, send home money. If they send a dollar home to their country, it's many, many, many of their dollars, of their currency.
Well, yes, but now you got to remember now.
Okay.
Because of the inflation and the way. See, look. When you start talking about the U.S. debt that the U.S. government has in debt,
yeah,
the more money that the U.S. government print out for different things, the less the dollar has value. That's why the Republicans are fighting so hard to not subsidize this and don't subsidize that, don't subsidize this, because it actually does bring down the value of the dollar.
Uh-huh.
As much as I enjoy getting a stimulus check like everybody else, it does raise the loan that the U.S. government is in debt for. It does raise the debt, the U.S. government debt.
So all of the things, like when they were and I hate to take you down this path, but it's just stuff that's on my mind, and I really don't know nobody that can answer it but you, Keith, that I could understand.
Okay.
But shucks, and the thought road of shucks.
Well, like say for example, now as much as we when they like this subsidy they're doing for the children.
Yes.
Okay. That is raising, the U.S. dollar the U.S. government don't have that money, right?
Well, they don't have that gold.
Yeah, they don't have the money.
Oh.
So they're going to borrow the money, print more money, or borrow the money from another sector or whatever, and raise their debt load, the U.S. government debt, higher. That's why they're fighting so much over these different sanctions. So,
well, Keith, I'm old enough to remember when President Reagan, for the first time, put the American at $1 trillion debt.
Right.
Trillion was never, that wasn't. We didn't count up that far when I was in elementary school.
Right. But see, that's why the cryptocurrency is coming into play so strong, because that value there is an unlimited value on cryptocurrency. That's why I just keep going up.
But listen, okay, now that's an alternate way, just like I guess at some point or the other, people wanted all their money in coins. Because they felt like the coins represented the silver, the copper, the gold, whatever it was. And and not only that, but they would bite on it to make sure that it was whatever it said it was supposed to be. Because, because you could, melt down, smelt down, whatever, your currency, depending on what state you were in, what region you were in, what country you were in. But that was what you buy and sell with. And then now we went to the dollar. That's what folding money. That's what people bought and sold with. And then they, there's the side big money bonds and all of this. But how do you spend cryptocurrency?
The same way you spend cryptocurrency, the same way you spend the dollar now. It's all done digitally.
You mean like my Cash App or that kind of? Okay.
Exactly.
Because when you say digitally, at first I'm thinking, okay, how do I get it on my cash card? How in my bank account? How can I get it where I can see it in some form?
You'll be able to see it in your account.
So you have a different account that's not at Chase, that's not at I don't know who out there now. whoever the bank is, because they done
Right.
consolidated and changed their names and jacked around so much that you don't even know who are these banks that's popping up. Anyway, I digress. So
Yeah,
this
so
is a
no,
different kind of account somewhere where you can't drive through the drive-through.
well, now guess what?
Uh-oh.
They actually got them at ATM machines, cryptocurrency ATM machines right there in the airport now.
Is that the only place?
As of right now, banks, so they actually have them at certain banks now. You can actually start buying cars, houses, and groceries with cryptocurrency right now.
You really can.
Yes, you can.
We need a whole series on just that.
Well, what we'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do. Next month, I'll take, give me about, I'll guess what I'm going to need. I'm going to need about a good 15 minutes. I need to put up some slides because you got to be able to see and hear this.
I got you.
But we'll make sure it happens.
All right. You've heard it first here on Let's Talk. We want to have a clear understanding of things, and we have been blessed enough to have people that actually understand and are able to communicate. Make sure that you let your friends and family know where they can get an understanding of what's happening financially, which is such an essential part of our lives, by tuning in to Let's Talk. We're live Saturday mornings, 9:30 on Facebook and YouTube. We are most times live at audio by 247praiseradio.com. You can find us on demand at WTQT Power 106.1 FM on Facebook. And of course, you can find us in the different groups that we belong to on Facebook. You can hashtag Cheerleader for Jesus and get to some old shows that you may have missed. God bless you and keep you. And till next time, we want to say be blessed and be informed. Bye-bye.